You know, I was so happy to get rid of that neighbor, but I'm not surprised. Well, I'm kind of surprised I got a new neighbor because I am surprised and I'm not surprised. I was going to say I'm surprised or not surprised. Oh, wait, let me get my story straight. Okay, so they're parking RVs in the rows they already made. They just made the new rows. So I'm kind of surprised somebody would pick over here instead of going over there. Um, so I was going to say I'm not surprised because I was going to say this was one of the only spots available. But then I remembered this park grew legs or tentacles. Yeah. Oh, hey Taz, how's it going? Sorry, I got like brain fog today. I almost did one of my infamous posts where I say I'm not going to show up, but I didn't want to show up. I'm good. Did you get anything situated with your daughter's mom, or is that just an ongoing theme? Or should I stay in my lane? Oh, hi, Hollow Knight. I was almost going to name the stream after you, except I couldn't figure out your name. 4 streams in a row? Yeah, but who's counting, right? Yeah, big dog, Kevin. J-Dub. Ongoing, right? Do you mind if I ask you stuff like that? I don't know. Last time I didn't ask you because I was like, this is a public platform. I don't know. Hey, you didn't choose the Mount Life. The Mount Life chose you, J-Dub. And sometimes I put in Denmark for Danny. I think is how it's going. Your butt bothered. What's butt bothered mean? Oh, okay, Task, gotcha. So guess what I was watching last night? Should Christians participate in Halloween? But I was watching I was watching Johnny Chan again. I almost shared it, but I'm like, I don't know because we don't agree on everything. So, um, but he surprised me. He said he likes Halloween or not Halloween. He says he likes horror movies. That surprised me. But I mean, kind of, but kind of not. I mean, he was a pretty crazy dude when he was on the streets, you know, gang banging and stuff. So. Well, no, J-Dub, the only reason I don't want to share his content because like 15 minutes into it, he's saying something that I totally don't agree with. So I don't want to share something like, and it was against one of my core principles. So if it was something smaller, so I just, I'll skeet him go on the traitor list. And he was saying something against what I say, just to keep it real. So, yeah, let me get on my traitor list here. I only see J-Dub's name on it. Oh no, I'm joking. I scratched his name out. It's blank actually. It's only got an exclamation point. Well, he's busy with his life. He's been making content though. I got an alert for something he posted. He's been doing his gaming content. No, it's blank. It's blank, just like the sins God remembers that you committed. It's blank. Under the bottom of the ocean, deepest ocean floor. Yeah. Well, J-Dub, actions speak louder than words. Just say. You may not be aware of the... See, I used to be a mod for a witchcraft channel. Do you guys see it? The trailer's rocking because of the washer. I used to be a mod for witchcraft channel, so you have to keep that in mind. I'm coming from a different perspective. So, if you're not against something, you're for it, as far as I'm concerned. Should we let J-Dub off the hook? It's not me. Should we start playing Shaggy's It Wasn't Me? I'll start playing Shaggy's It Wasn't Me. Oh no, copyright strike. No, J-Dub likes that stuff. I'm the one who's not so much into it, Hollow Knight, but it's a long story. Forget it, J-Dub, that was yesterday. I was just seeking my own clarification last night. If I was ready just to judge you and say this is this and this is that, I wouldn't be watching. Oh, you don't like it? J-Dub? Well, then I'm lost in the sauce. But, you know, I was searching for answers last night. And, I mean, I didn't grow up with Halloween. I went trick-or-treating a couple times as a teen. Just kind of like, I don't know, as a joke, pretty much. I used to take my nephew. Okay, let's put it this way. I used to take my nephew Blue trick-or-treating. But that's when I was a new ager, so. So I lived vicariously through Blue. One year he was a race car driver, and I was shocked at the number of people who said, how was yesterday's race, or did you win the race? I was like, what the heck? Is this what people do when you go trick-or-treating? They play along with your costume? Like, it was brand new to me. But yeah, I used to dress up. We used to go to the nicest neighborhood in Eugene where they give the Snickers bars. I'm not talking about the little fun size. I'm talking about they give the whole thing. The whole enchilada. You know, brand name Snickers. We're not talking about the dollar store, what does dollar store have? Like Hershey's Basic Chocolate. We're talking about the and then, you know what one of the rich people said? Nobody came to our door so far, so have a few. Here, have a few. They gave us like $5 worth of candy. Here, help yourself, have a few. Yeah, I know, Taz. I'm aware. But, you know, you're not a Christian too, Taz. And J-Dub's a Christian, and Christians are held to higher standards in the Christian community. So, we're supposed to represent our Lord and Savior. And our Lord and Savior, He delivered people from demons. He cast out demons. So why would someone whose Lord and Savior cast out demons be into a holiday that's demonic? Just saying. So I'm sorry, it's double standards, but hey, it is what it is. J-Dub, we didn't have holidays when I grew up, and that's why. J-Dub, you're going to sink yourself in quicksilver sand, just to let you know. But you know what, though, J-Dub? That reminds me. Johnny Chan even said, if you want to go that far with it, you can't say Thursday, because Thursday is Thor's day. And he was, what? A Greek god? Are they Greek gods or Roman gods? Anyways, back there, other side of the globe, idol worship, or mythology. So he said, we got to keep Thursday out your mouth, because that's Thor's day. I was like, man, that's extreme, Johnny. I don't know what time you run it on. Norse gods? Oh, they're Norse gods? See, I never could keep all that straight. He said, what's the other days? Monday's the moon, Sunday's the sun. Was that like worshiping the sun and moon? So keep Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday out your mouth, okay? Just call it the midweek day, hump day. Call it hump day. Don't say Wednesday, say hump day. Right? It's a slippery slope or a rabbit hole you can go down, I guess. I mean, you can go as far as you want with that. But yeah, I always said we painted eggs on Easter, but that's only because my mom's a painter. So she made an exception to the rule for that holiday because she painted up a storm. Any excuse to get her kids to paint too, she was with it. And some people, like this streamer I used to follow, doesn't even practice 4th of July and goes on a big rant on the 4th of July because he's anti-government. And he says, why would I celebrate a holiday that's promoting the U.S. government? But hey, at least he's standing on his conviction, right? Oh yeah, J-Dub and the Easter Bunny. Uh-oh. So, and I like 4th of July because I like fireworks. So. I've seen a lot of fireworks shows, a lot. This year I didn't see any, so I was kind of sad low-key. Because, well, in Arizona, they whoop it up. They whoop it up. It's not a one-day occasion. We saw, like, fireworks, like, four days straight. And I don't mean just the basics. I mean, of course, we were lingering at the fireworks stand, too. Saw a Michael Jackson impersonator, saw, well, I would have liked to see more of it, but we bounced. But, yeah, Arizona just whoops it up for the 4th of July. You're against pilgrims, but still celebrate Thanksgiving? Yeah. They say Columbus wrote in his diaries, they say Christopher Columbus wrote in his diaries his dialogue when he first met the Indians. And they say, how did he conversate with the Indians straight from the jump when they didn't even speak the same language? They said he was adding extra, trying to look good, basically. Being deceptive, I don't know. I don't know how you want to put it. He was lying, in other words. I mean, I don't know. That's what they taught us in environmental studies when they taught me to hate the government. You know, we had Indigenous Day instead. All the hippies and social studies students did that instead. I don't know. I didn't care, though, because I never did holidays, so I was still out the mix. I mean, not like to that level. I mean, who celebrates Columbus Day anyway? Come on. What, do government employees get it off? I don't even know if it's a bona fide holiday. Yeah, Columbus was a bad dude. Well, you know, I listened to that audiobook about the Bahamas, and that was interesting, about how it was colonized and the battles for the land. I still want to study more of it. Columbus only made it to Cuba? I don't know about that, AJ Canada. The book said it differently. He was actually buried on another island, but I forget which one. Unless you're talking about the Bahamas, that he was in the Bahamas, yeah. He was in the Bahamas and Caribbean. Or was it the Caribbean? Let me think. Oh, no, but he did a lot of island jumping according to this book. I thought you were right in history, AJ. You said Columbus only made it to Canada. No, you can't see Cuba from Florida. I don't think so. Unless maybe if they mean through a, what do you call it? You used to put the quarter in the telescope thingy. It's not a telescope. What is it? If you're looking through an eyepiece, maybe. But through the naked eye, I don't think so. I mean, unless you know the right place to look, it might be like a speck. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Florida. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. Maybe I'm going to have to eat crow. Oh, okay. Well, J-Dub says it's not true. Only if you're skeetum. If you're unk status, you can't see it. Only if you're a computer with superpowers. Yeah, they did. They did, Taz. There was a big thing. Maybe J-Dub remembers it. In the 90s, there was a kid that was rescued from a raft or something, and there was a huge custody battle for him because his family back in Cuba wanted him, and he had family in Cuba and in the States, and they were fighting over whether he technically made it to U.S. Territory or not. Yeah, I mean, it was a huge thing. It was a big, I mean, it was in the news every day. It was one of those stories the media just latched onto. And he was like, how old was he? Maybe 5 years old? Ah. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not used to this new phone. The microphone's at a new place, and I usually have it on the tripod. Thanks, J-Dub. Thank you. Y'all gonna let me just talk muffled all through here, except for J-Dub. That's why he's a mod, and that's why you all aren't. Well, when I went to Cuba, they had like a barrel. They had a metal barrel sawed in half, and they had coal in it, and they had a rack over it, and they were making pizzas over it. And I ate one of the pizzas. And they gave that pizza toppings these fancy names, and I asked the cook, what is that? He's like, Italian sausage. It was like bolognese or something. And then when I got it, it was like hot dog. It was generic hot dog. I was like, this ain't no Italian sausage. Respect my authority. Yeah. I mean, pork's the only meat they have. Everything's pork. You eat pork. And I mean, I was eating pork because I was a tourist. I'm pretty sure if you're a native, you ain't getting pork or meat on the level I was getting as a tourist. Oh, you're looking it up, Taz? Taz gonna Google it? Well, they're desperate to get out of communism, is what it is. When I went there, they were making $2 a month. They're making $2 a month, and everybody has a side hustle. Everybody be hustling you. Want to know if you want to get a tattoo? Want to know if you want to... they always got a cousin who does something. Rent a room, eat a dinner in someone's home. But if you go to eat a dinner in someone's home, they got a certificate from the government. No, you can't just do that. You have to be certified, or you're not supposed to unless you're certified. So, and there's so many snitches. They say 1 in 5 Cubans is a snitch for the communist government. So they are very careful, to be honest, or at least the people I ran into. So you got your little certificate that they can feed you in their home. Or you stay in people's homes. There's no bona fide hotels. I only saw one bona fide hotel, and they told me it was for like rich people and like movie stars and from the United States or whatnot. And it was at the end of this very long strip, kind of out of the way even. It wasn't even like front and center. You know, it wasn't like on the coastline or nothing, like on beachfront property. But anyways, so you rent rooms from people's homes, and then they got the same thing. They got a certificate. I mean, I guess they could make a fake certificate. I mean, who knows? Snitches, yeah. Well, I mean, That's how you rise in rank in the communist government. One in five, I don't know. Do you think 1 in 5 Americans would be a snitch for the government here? If there was incentive? You're too young to remember Florida? Well, you can go back now. Where are you at now, AJ? Yeah? I report directly to Trump. I report to Barron. You know, I named Barry, after I named him Veronica, my little kitty. Oh shoot, speaking of my little kitty Barry, there's a little Barry out here, guys. Little G, around 9 o'clock. He wanted to go outside, and I let him outside, and there's a little kitten eating from the food bowl. And I was just shocked, and it looks like he just got weaned from his mommy. I didn't tell you guys, but a couple weeks ago, I heard it sounded like a kitten crying to me, but I couldn't, it stopped crying, so I couldn't locate it, so I just came in. But I'm pretty sure this was the little kitty I was hearing a couple weeks ago, and he was over here. But when he saw little G, he ran under the RV next to us, so I hope he got enough food to eat, but I was just shocked. And as soon as I told Herman, I told you Herman likes cats, he said, get it, and get it, so we can bring it in. I'm like, so if we get cat number 7, guys, this one's going to be crazy. But there's a little kitten out here trying. You know what? I should go outside, actually, and take some food out, actually. Key West, yeah, J-Dub, that's where my ex, Sean, worked. He worked at a bar in Key West. And after we broke up, he went back there and worked at that same bar again. Like, a long time, like, probably 15 years after the first time he worked there. He was good friends with the owner. 7, I know, it's going to be crazy. But I've never been to Key West. I just heard his stories about it. Catholic service, is that like Mass? Did you have to speak in Latin, XXL? Did you have to sing songs? Or I guess you would sing songs, what else would you sing? Shout out to XXL. Yeah, there's actually a Dexter book where he takes his family to Key West, and he jokes that the high prices in Key West were killing him. Yeah. Trying to make puns. A young version of your grandma? Is that really your beard, AJ? Did I ask you where you're from and your username says Canada? Sorry, I got brain fog. Communism has turned many people away from God. Is that what you mean, Darth Vader? Yeah, that's one of the principles of communism, is to tear apart the nuclear family, because it's kind of like a gang mentality. They need you separated from your family so that the communist government becomes your family, and then you're more likely to snitch too, I would say. But that's in the Communist Manifesto, is to break apart the family. And I don't think they're too hot on they want you to make communism your god and worship them. You're from Arkansas? Oh, I mean Arkansas. Sorry, my dad's from Kansas. Did you have to confess, XXL? Did you have to go in a booth and make your confessions? I had some 2 strong Christian guys in here yesterday. Did you see that, guys? And one guy said something about Mother Mary or praying to the angels. Oh, Dinesh is praying to angels. And I was trying to get that new guy's feedback on that. Because I was telling Dinesh you don't have to pray to angels. I'm not sure, do Catholics pray to angels or just to saints and Mother Mary? Well, J-Dub, I read the Che Guevara book, right? That's like 800 pages long. Did you do communion, XXL? Did you drink wine? Did they have real wine? Did you say, hey, give me more? Communism propaganda? The book actually was very intense. They did interviews. It was a very accurate book in my opinion because they cross-referenced everything. They didn't say one thing without having a reference for it. So I mean that's pretty legit in my opinion. And I read all the cross-references too, so I'm not just saying, oh, I mean it was like another 50 pages of cross-references at least. Or no, not at least, I mean at least 30. I mean it's so long ago I don't remember, but at least 30, but I bet. I mean it was another chunk of pages like this at the end of the book with all the references. Oh, it's teenage service, like a youth group or youth service? Well, he was an idealist, and the Cubans still love Che. They got statues of him. They call him the dead saint. Santos Muerte. El Santos Muerte or something. And there's two people that the Cuban people love. It's Che Guevara and some poet. And I saw tributes and statues to both of them. And that's the only two people I saw with statues and that on that type of level. And I never even heard of the poet, so. But he was an idealist, you know. But yeah, Che, Fidel, and Raul, right? See, Raul and Fidel, they were more pragmatic. They worked with the Russian people more, where Che was not really working with the Russian people. Well, they fed him shellfish, and he's allergic to fat shellfish, but I'm just repeating stuff I said before. So that didn't impress him. They sent him some type of boots. It was alligator boots or snake boots. I don't know. It was boots made of some real hide. And, you know, he always wore his fatigues, his military fatigues, and dressed down. So when they sent him those boots, he returned them. He said, return to sender. Ah! They couldn't really impress him. What can I say? They pray to the Archangel Michael. I think that's who Dinesh said he's praying to. Yeah, corruption. There's a lot of corruptions with power in politics. Oh, Heather, thanks for coming back. I'm not sure if I acknowledged you very much last time, but thank you for coming back, and Heather. I'm just kind of tired, and I'm just yapping a lot. Oh, that's okay, XXL. You know what? Dinesh kind of got me. Did you know, guys, Dinesh lost a job, and he was telling me in 16 he lost a job for slacking off. And 16 thought he meant lacking off. I guess 16 don't know the word slacking. So I explained what it meant. And then 16, yeah, you know how that went. He liked this information. But I asked Dinesh if I was one of the reasons. I mean, not that I'm the reason to blame, but I asked Dinesh if he was watching my streams instead of working, and he said, "Yeah, that was part of it, guys. That's kind of." But he got his job back. He went back, and they gave him his job back. So hopefully now he learns to stay focused on work and not be watching my stream. Or he said he was doing other stuff too, not just watching my stream, but it's weird. Yeah, Dinesh was on here. I don't know. Oh, I do remember he was on here and said, I'm at work, but I have some downtime. I remember that. Apparently it wasn't really downtime. Oh, what happened now? Sorry, did I have my hand over the mic again? A house inspection? Oh, from your landlord or something, Heather? Yeah, he got me twisted. That's right, Tess. I'm glad I don't have no home inspection. I'm kind of sometimes embarrassed to even show you guys this place low-key, to be honest. I mean, it's no Martha Stewart dwelling. Let's just put it that way. I've been up to... I stayed up late watching a YouTuber talk about Halloween and his feelings about Halloween. He's a Christian content creator named Johnny Chan. I was falling asleep on it, actually. No, actually, I didn't. I still stayed up. I stayed up till like 4 in the morning. No, I stayed up. Herman's alarm went off. My husband's alarm went off, and I was still awake. And his alarm went off at 4. I haven't been using it much. I only use it for my streams, to be honest, because it don't have a case, and I'm afraid of dropping it or something. I got a case at the post office, but we haven't been by to pick it up. They won't. Amazon won't deliver to my spot in this RV park. Yeah, he just needs to channel his talents, right, Tess? Should me and Dinesh collab? Should we write a book together? Yeah, this stream's not worth losing a job. That's right. You gotta have some type of priorities. Well, he got the job back, so hopefully, lesson learned. But thanks for asking, Heather. I appreciate you, sis. Are you a Christian? It says Heather Ray's Healthy Habits. Do you make content? And if you do content about healthy habits, that's pretty cool. I could write a novel, yeah. Mr. Spurgeon believed in me. He's one of my only high school teachers whose name comes out my mouth. But one of the reasons is because he believed in me and told me I could be a writer. When he first saw my writing, he sent me he pulled me aside and said, "Hey, you could seriously have a career as a writer." I mean, he believed in me, so. You do art content? Okay. Oh yeah, I did look on your page and see some of your art, Heather. That's right. You do lives. You do lives where you're drawing during your lives, huh? I saw some pictures of at least one lady. What'd you think, Taz? Was it too cheesy, too corny? Made J-Dub throw up in his mouth. J-Dub said Danny's against Halloween, but she'd be writing some smut over here. Am I a hypocrite, guys? Heather don't know about my writing yet. Heather, I wrote some type of story that was like a love triangle type of story. I guess. Looking back, I would say it was. At the time, I didn't think so. We're just two girls writing about a YouTuber in a setting like that was like The Bachelorette. Is my nose looking real big? I'm going like this. Yeah, I need to write more. I actually do need to write more. I'm a little too lazy. Well, why don't you write a new username to start with? Splashy. That could be your first attempt to improve your writing. Amazon? You know, I used to listen to Russell Brand almost on the daily, not going to lie. And he was really against Amazon. He was saying people were dying there because they weren't letting them get water, drink water on hot days, and they don't give them bathroom breaks in the warehouse and this, that, and the other. He was really anti-Amazon. I'm from originally Oregon, Wasim. I'm a Northwest girl. A Pacific Northwest girl, even. I don't know if you guys want a geography lesson. But the Pacific Northwest is only Washington and Oregon, and the Northwest is Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. So you say I was from the Northwest or Pacific Northwest, or even West Coast. And the West Coast would be Washington, Oregon, and Cali. Oh, thank you, Heather. Last 2 days I've worn some makeup, but today I just didn't have the energy for it. I blocked that dude, J-Dub, on one of his accounts. I think the other account, he can still get in here. Because he started to talk ish about one of my regulars. And it was kind of a mean thing to say, so I couldn't take it no more. Do you listen to Russell Brand some? Do you believe he's a real Christian? Some people are thinking, I guess he went on some type of show, one of those like guest shows, and where they interview people, and he spent quite a few minutes thumbing through his Bible and couldn't find a particular verse. So people are saying now that he's not a real Christian, but I think that just makes him more real. I could picture myself doing that, getting on a national platform and just spacing off and not being able to find something I wanted to read out of the Bible. Okay, great to see you too, Heather. Love you, sis. What's my profession? I'm a streamer. Yeah, we don't support none of that. We don't support the baby oil crew. Right, guys? I mean, that's really sad, like, what he did to Usher, what he did to Bieber. My mom says Bieber's running around in diapers because of Diddy. I don't know about all that, but that's what my mom says. My mom follows all that stuff real close. Like, she does a deep dive. So I guess if my mom says Bieber's in Huggies, he's in Huggies. Until I figure it out myself. Well, my mom's just such an expert on stuff like that. Like, I didn't believe my mom on a lot of things through years, guys. And then after I did my own research, it turned out she was right. So it's not just because she's my mom. It's because she really... Not that I'm really seriously saying I'm picturing him running around in diapers. I'm just saying. Did you hear what Usher said when they asked Usher about Diddy? Because you know what Diddy did. He got both Usher's parents and Bieber's parents to sign over their parental rights, so that he had... He was their ward or guardian or... Mom just called. Hey, my mom just called. Does that mean we're connected? My mama just called. That must mean we're connected, huh? My mom do a collab. First I gotta take down the pictures of her on here. I don't think she would have... Okay, Diddy did... Are you asking what I was just talking about? Because the call cut me off, Taz. He got legal paperwork, and he had Usher's parents sign it when Usher went to visit him. And he had Bieber's parents sign it when Bieber came to visit him. That gave him temporary legal custodian of them when they were underage. And they're both from Canada, aren't they? So I was wondering if he knew the law system in Canada would be easier on him than the law system in the U.S. I just pondered that. I never heard anyone really discuss that. But, like, why was he picking boys from Canada? That's all I'm saying. Well, no, because... He probably, I imagine, Taz, that he probably explained it to them, that it was just, I mean, I'm just thinking about why they might sign it. I don't know all the details, but maybe he said he needed that in case there was an accident and they had to go to the hospital, or in case, for emergency reasons. I mean, I'm sure, he had lawyers putting this together. I'm sure these lawyers knew how to spin it in his favor, you know what I mean? But as a parent, I mean, oh, Usher's from Atlanta? Why am I thinking he's Canadian? Am I mixing him up with Drake? Okay, there goes my theory. Straight out the window. Anyways. I mean, still I'm not a parent, but Taz, you You think that's still creepy, even if it was explained to you? You wouldn't sign the papers like that for your kid. You wouldn't say, okay, I give up my parental rights for the duration of the. I mean, maybe they had dollar signs in their eyes too. You know, a lot of parents in Hollywood are corrupt. I mean, they let the money get to them. You know, that's what happened with Macaulay Culkin. I don't know if you're familiar with that story, but his parents, I think, took all his money. Or the famous case way back when was David Cassidy, but I mean, he's from the 70s, so I don't know if any of you really know him. But he was in the Partridge Family, and his parents took all his money. He was working at the post office sorting mail after the show ended. I read his autobiography. That's how I know. He said he had some hard times. Hollywood's changed those rules since then, so that the kids have more control over their money, or the money's put into trust funds for the kids and stuff. But you know, maybe their parents just had dollar signs in their eyes. Yeah, just sign your kid over to me. Just sign on the dotted line. So you feel like they should be in prison? Yeah, Hollywood's just something else. It's nothing to. I mean, I haven't really studied it that much, but I can only imagine what goes on in Hollywood. Yeah, J-Dub. Well, they say he's turned his life over to Christ. They say he's becoming a Christian now. I haven't really followed it, but it does show up in my feed. Yeah, Taz says he doesn't approve of this. Signing your kids over for weekend visits with Diddy. Is the same as selling your child. Yeah. I mean, you're giving up your parental rights, so I guess you're saying you're no longer a parent, so yeah, right? That makes sense, what you're saying, Taz. I don't, well, is it controversial? I mean, you're a parent, so it's probably hitting you harder. You're probably thinking about your own daughter and saying, hell to the no. You'd never do that, so it probably hits home closer, or hits closer to home for you, right, Taz? I mean, that's not protecting your kids at all, right? And have you ever seen any of the footage, like when Justin Bieber's like on the Ellen show, the Ellen Degenerate, as I call her, show? Ibby told me he calls her degenerate too. She was pawing him. All those celebrities, whenever he was on the Ellen show, they were there's a picture even of Russell Brand, you know, a picture of him with Katy Perry, and Katy Perry had her hands all over Justice. I mean, not Justice. Who do I have my mind on? No, just kidding. Justin. I mean, it was like, ew, that is disgusting. Like, he's a minor, and you know, I didn't know after I posted that song, Beauty and the Beast, with Nicki Minaj and Justin Bieber. I went to watch the video and I almost took down my short. I mean, I thought about it, but I kept it up because Nicki Minaj had her hands all over Justin too. I mean, oh yeah, and Ellen's ex-lover died in some weird freaky car accident, and they say she was just intoxicated. But her DJ also was unalived in a, what was it? I forget the details on that, but it's not very safe to be close to Ellen. Let's just put it that way. Ah! Yeah, Portia, you know, she ran into someone's home and her car went instantly into flames. And they say she was intoxicated, but yeah, Twitch. What about Twitch? Did they say he unalived himself? Yeah, that's what I wouldn't. Yeah, right. She's just creepy. And then, well, she got in trouble, I guess, for being mean to her staff. Is that how she ended her show? Woof, woof. Woof, woof. Who let the dogs out? Anyway, this is all old news, though. How did we even get on this topic? My friend's mom used to watch Ellen every day, so when I used to visit my friend's mom back in the day, Ellen would always be playing in the background. Right, J-Dub, is that what was happening? He had all his... Well, that's what they say about... Somebody told me that he did OD on his drugs, but that's what they say about, on his prescription drugs. But that's what they say about, the guy from, Soundgarden. The guy from Audio Slave. But who knows? Yeah, you think as time went on, he knew too much? Chris Cornell, yeah. Well, do you think anyone unalived him, J-Dub? Or do you think people are just saying that just to, I mean, next we'd be talking about Kurt Cobain. So Twitch was married with a baby and a new job? You try to get away from Ellen? Well, there's rumors that Chris Cornell said he was going to expose a ring, a Hollywood ring too. I mean, it's just rumors. Yeah, we set a hedge of protection around us. We set a hedge of protection around J-Dub. Or we thank God. We thank God. Thank you, Lord. Because it's not about us. It's all about him. Thank you, Lord, for setting a hedge of protection around J-Dub. Thank you, Lord, for setting a hedge of protection around Taz and Taz's daughter. And thank you, Lord, for setting a hedge of protection around me and my cats. My cats need it with all these strays messing with them. Yeah. What am I doing? Madison liking? I'm reading your comments. Who had a mental breakdown? Chris Cornell? Well, yeah, you know those pharmacy drugs. Heck, people always ask me how hard it was to get off the white dope, and I always say it was harder to get off those prescriptions the doctor gave me. The antidepressants, anti-anxiety, whatever it was. The Xanax. Or not Xanax, I never took Xanax, what am I saying? Prozac. They even asked me, I said I'd been on every antidepressant, and then the doctor said, well, we got new ones. We put you on a new one. And then she tricked me. She did a bait and switch. And then she said, will you at least try it? And I said, I already tried it once. She says, well, let's try it again. Because there's new, like I said, I already tried it last year. I don't want to try it again. And she conned me. I mean, it's my own fault for falling for the same trick twice. So I got back on the stuff. But the funny thing was, at first she said, we'll try something new. Because I said, I've been on everything, nothing works. But she said, we'll try something new. And then the next visit, she's all like, well, what would you like to be on? She asked me what I'd like to be on. I said, well, Prozac sounds good. And she put me on Prozac. She let me choose. Like the dealer said, I got what you need, what you want. I got it on deck. So I said, yeah, I'll take Prozac, I guess. So she put me on Prozac. And then later I thought, wait a minute. She said she was going to put me on something new. Wasim, you taking this guy? I mean, JW, you taking Wasim serious? Wasim, how long you been following me? Yeah, I'm a heartbreaker, that's right. You know that saying we used to say, I just found my next ex? I'll save you a step, Wasim. Yeah, super chat would be nice. Come on, J-Dub. I know you got the Asian persuasion. I know you like Asians more than you're letting on. The world's nuts. That's right, Joan. Hey, Joan, are you back, or is this the Joan? Is this the Joan where you always think your messages are hidden? I just read your message. If it's you, Joan, like the Joan that was in here for a week or so, a month ago. You're funny, J-Dub. I look great, thanks, Joan. So it is you? Can you see my belly? I don't think... Well... You're Muslim from Pakistan? Wow, Wasim. I knew it because of your name. I know my name's from over there. Just your name was already telling on yourself, Wasim. Just keep it real. Then how come they think you're Hawaiian? But then, to add more to the mix, J-Dub, people think he's Hawaiian. Because they don't know Hawaiian stuff. Walakim. Hi, Biff. Oh. They just throw the dart on. They just throw the dart at the target and see what sticks. Wait, that didn't even make sense. Well, it made sense in my mind before I said it out loud. Ah. Love bellies? I thought you said you were Scottish, J-Dub. You're representing Scotland, I thought, J-Dub. Well, see, that's an interesting thing about my last name, J-Dub. You probably didn't watch that video I sent you about the chief with my last name, but they're saying that chief, that Donahue, even though it's a true... Oh my gosh, I just doxed myself. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. Okay, well, anyways, I guess I did it. They're saying the chief was that there's... Never mind. Guess I might as well just put the video up on my channel by now. He's married to the game. J-Dub's married to the game. Are you Irish, Joan? Sorry about what? Oh well. You're married? This chat's really confusing me. Oh. I didn't read your message. I don't know what you're talking about, J-Dub. If that's what you're talking about. This is why I need to stick to Bible verses. Less of me and more of him. Who's giving me all these hearts? Put your name in the chat if you're giving me hearts. No belly shirt? I mean, I'm wearing a long t-shirt. I'm wearing a long t-shirt that's like a nightgown. That's what I'm wearing. So I can't show my belly. It's peace be unto you. That's right. Hi, Jose. So, Joan, how come I can read your comments now? Are you on a different account or is your account coming through? Jose sent me a message yesterday. He said hi to me late at night. I was surprised he was up. I don't know. Maybe he was just getting up because it was so late. It might have been early morning for him. Ibby? Yeah, I know, right? Where's Ibby and where's Jose? Jose told me he's busy setting up a new trailer. He's got a bigger, and I suppose newer trailer. So he's dealing with all that. Ah! Wow. Hi, Oil Man. Oh, shoot! Joan thinks Oil Man's her stalker. Oil Man, how'd you guys both show up at the same time? You don't know Joan, right, Oil Man? Or do you? I want to hear your side. I've heard her side of it. I heard her side of it. Now, what's your side, Oil Man? Oh, man. Do I have a belly ring? Not anymore. I used to. Am I married? Check out my short with the smartwatch. That's my husband's hand on the smartwatch. Driving a big rig. I have thought about going on the road. My husband thought about becoming a trucker before, but my mom said it would ruin his back. And besides, he has the type of mind for his work. I'd hate to see him be a trucker and I got him into quality control. I low-key got him into quality control because I've done a little bit of quality control and I thought it would suit him. So I think being in quality control is the right career for him at this point in time. Shout out to quality control. Well, because he was doing a lot of he was doing fencing work. He was putting up fences, and he was doing a lot of labor-intensive work. And I just kind of encouraged him to get into a field where he'd use his mind a little. I mean, he still does physical work with his job, but not at that level. I mean, when he was a fencer, that was very physically demanding. He was a fencer for in his field. He was just doing that aspect of it, but he was still doing the same type of work. I mean, his field has a lot of different type of jobs in it. Well, I don't even know what that means. You're gonna be J-Dub be making Danny look up words in Urban Dictionary. She just said what I said. That's all I said. What I already said is what she said. Nothing more, nothing less. She just said that you were stalking her. So I just said I was going to get your side to see what you say, oh man. Taz is doing that so Mouth don't show up. I'm pretty sure, J-Dub. Man cannot live by bread alone. Johnny Chan was cracking me up last night, or his friends were teasing him and saying that if he was out in the desert wandering, he'd be complaining about eating mana every day. They like to tease him. It was real funny. But I don't know if I could live off mana every day either for the rest of my life. I mean, I'm about to pop out an ice cream. A Ben Howard song? Is it the Black Fly song? I did listen to it. Or Fly song? Was it Flies or Black Flies? Because you said, what did you say it had in it? Well, you and Dinesh, Taz and Dinesh, they're Ben Howard fans? Or would you call yourself a fan, Taz? A woman? What? Pizza? I don't know if I can eat pizza anymore, to be honest. I'm getting to the point where I'm not feeling as sick when I eat, so I'm thinking I pretty much am going to be on greens and meat, with maybe a little rice and some oatmeal. I ate oatmeal and didn't get sick this morning, so that was good. Don't read deleted comments. Okay, fair enough. I won't. I'll try my best not to. You can be our friend, Justin. What's that flag? Is that Jamaica's flag or something? What's that flag you representing? I don't really know my flag. Sorry, Justin. Who let the trolls out? Who? Maybe I'll read some Bible verses. I got this pretty book. Ain't this pretty? It's just a book of Psalms. It's just a book of Psalms on one side, and on the other side is blank pages for you to write your own notes. But look, they're not lined. My pet peeve when I used to write on paper was writing on unlined paper. I wasn't really about that life. But it is what it is, look. So the Psalms are on one side, and then journal and papers on the other. Why do you want to put her last name? Yeah, we got to get rid of you. Oil man, that's not good. But on another note, we might be related, Joan. That's one of my family names is similar to yours. So yeah, you're Irish, I guess. Because that was my that that's a family name in my family. Yeah. J-Dub can tell I'm not feeling it. Yeah, Joan. Sorry about that, Joan. I just thought it was weird that I hadn't seen both of them for a while, and then as soon as Joan comes in here, he came in here. That was kind of weird. It was too much of a coincidence too. Okay, the Psalms. I want to read Psalms. Oh no, not this one though. What's a good Psalm to read? Anybody know your Psalms? Hey, this is cute. Look. I didn't know I had all that. Look at that. God is our refuge. Sorry, it's backwards. I need to figure out how to get the screen so it's the right way for you guys. I need an app, right? Psalm what? Psalm 46:1. That's Psalm 46:1. Ain't that pretty? It almost looks like you can make a wood impression of that. Make a wood block of that and print it. Huh. A mirror app. That's what I need. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46:1. Yeah, it's nice, huh? Well, Joan, the proof's in the pudding, and he's gone now, so, and you're here, so we figured it out. Here's another one. My soul. I don't know. Sorry, it's not the best view. Hang on. Let me do that camera flip. My soul thirsts for God. Oh, that's really nice. It's like calligraphy. I want to take a picture of that and make a short with it. My soul thirsts for God. Psalm 42:2. Thanks for handling that, J-Duff. Yeah, I want to get around to one of these days, maybe even today, but who knows. I'm going to take pictures of all these things. Well, it's just weird. What do you guys think about that? We haven't seen Oil Man in here, at least to my knowledge, since Joan was in here. Then Joan pops in here, and then Oil Man pops in here. What does that mean, y'all? I mean, how do you interpret that? I'm not sure how to... Like, how did he know he was in here? That's just kind of weird, if you ask me. You saw my smartwatch? So that means he really is following her? But how would he know he was in here? Joan hasn't been in here for weeks. Right? Y'all get me twisted. That's all it comes down to. Hi, Alan Ball. Y'all get me twisted. Here, look at this. I'm going to focus on Bible. Be still before the Lord. Yeah, it's just really weird, J-Dub. Be still before the Lord. Psalm 37:7. Okay, so I'm going to read Psalm 37 since that came from Psalm 37. Oh my gosh, let me focus. Let me focus on my Bible verses. Will you put it on your dead homies? Joan, will you put it on a dead homie? Will you put it on a dead homie that all you say is the truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, Psalm 37. He will not forsake his saints. Of David. Fret not yourself because of evildoers. Or, wait, yeah, okay. Be not envious of wrongdoers, for they will soon fade like the grass and wither like the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and befriend faithfulness. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Well, she's going to get an education, Danny style. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and befriend faithfulness. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Did I just read that twice? You all get me so twisted. I don't know if I read that once or twice. But I'm going to carry on. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him, and he will act. He will bring forth your righteousness as the light, and your justice as the noonday. Be still before the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not yourself over the one who prospers in his way, over the man who carries out evil devices. Refrain from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not yourself, it tends only to evil. Okay, so I want to stop right there because that's a verse my elders use a lot, so I just want to reinforce what that means. So when we worry, so fret is another word for worry. This is cautioning us not to worry. And I'm a worrywart, so I'm speaking to myself. Besides y'all. Listen up, Danny. Listen, Linda, listen. It says right here, Psalm 37:8, refrain from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not yourself, it tends only to evil. So when we worry about things, that's, or fretting, as they say, that's bad because it will lead us to evil. It has a tendency to lead us to evil. Just remember that, y'all. Have you ever watched Fight Club, Joan? Are you familiar with Tyler Durden? I better behave. It's one of my favorite books. For real, for real. You're going to remember it, Taz? Thank you. What? What's Psalm 20:15? Is that for real? You know, one day, 16 said he's going to commission you, Taz. How would I say that? One day, 16, you weren't here, but he can't keep your name out his mouth. So he said he's going to commission you, Taz, to write a Gen Alpha version of the Bible. So I think that J-Dub might have to write that with you because he just made his own Gen Alpha Bible verse there, Psalm 20:15. Hi, Street Legal. Sorry, we're being silly today. I'm trying to read the Bible, but we're being silly too. Okay, here. There's a good. You guys gonna give me the forehead wrinkle lines? You know how many years I did the resting bee face so I wouldn't have wrinkle lines? In case you wonder why Danny don't have very many wrinkle lines, it's because I hardcore took it serious to do the resting bee face. And y'all gonna give me the overnight with your comments. All right, Street Legal, you can kick it. Okay. I do make funny faces. You mean my resting bee face practice all those years didn't pay off? Isn't that what you said? 16, Gen Alpha. Is your daughter Gen Alpha? No, we're not gonna. Oh wait. Never mind. I just gonna stay in my lane. Okay, so I went to Gen Z. Yeah, I was calling. I don't know. I can't get them straight. I was calling XXL Gen Z, and then she told me she's Gen Alpha, or was it the other way around? Maybe it was the other way around. I can't even remember. But no, I'm sorry, I can't do pronouns right tonight either. Oh well. Forgive me, XXL, if you watch this on the replay. Grill and pork chops? Oh yeah, I was going to ask Street Legal something, but he just took off to attend to his food. But he was I read my chat and he said he's from east of St. Louis. So I was going to tell him, y'all remind me to tell him I used to live in Sparta when he comes back. Or as the natives say, Sparta. If you say Sparta, you're an outsider. You gotta say Sparta. Sparta. Oh, yeah. Do you know where Sparta is in Illinois? So we actually went to just a couple quick day trips. We took a couple day trips over there. Oh. I used to live in Sparta, Illinois, which is a couple hours from East St. Louis. Is it St. Louis or St. Louis? Do you pronounce the S? Ken? Ken is Street Legal. Oh, yeah. It's just a small town. It's a super small town in Illinois, but St. Louis is the closest, like, big town or big city. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying I used to live in southern Illinois. And that's all. Which was actually a Confederate area. It blew my mind, Ken, when I moved there and I saw Confederate flags posted. It blew my mind. But southern Illinois has the same geography and the same type of farmland as the South, or south of it. So Abraham Lincoln, it's just a political thing. They even though Illinois was the North, they let the southern Illinois be the South for the war. And I didn't know that till I moved there. And I'm like, Confederate flags! Anyways, you know, you don't know about a place until you go there. Not saying I have anything against Confederate flags. I'm just saying it. I always thought Illinois, the North, Abraham Lincoln's home state. I also lived in Vandalia, and Abraham Lincoln actually lived in Vandalia briefly, but apparently he didn't like it. Like he was throwing shade on Vandalia. But so yeah, we had like, see, Vandalia was the original state capital of Illinois, so we had the old state capital there. So Vandalia I know I'm doing a big geography lesson. Sorry, Ken. But Vandalia is a couple hours north of Sparta. And it's a couple hours south of Chicago. Just for reference. There's a large Civil War cemetery in Cairo. Do you pronounce it Cairo, like Cairo, Egypt, I'm assuming? Wow. And where's Cairo? That's over there too? I have to look at Cairo on the map. They outlawed the Confederate flag in Tennessee. See, that's not right, J-Dub. I mean, I understand that they're trying to make some type of political statement, but I mean, it's also a part of history. And that's just the way I feel. If your state fought for the South during the Civil War, you should be able to fly the flag if you're... My family fought for the North, though. We're Yankees. My family fought... My family was Quakers, so we were the nurses. My grandma's uncles... My grandma told me her uncles, I'm not sure if it was her uncles or great uncles or, must have been like her great uncles, I would guess. But I don't really know. They were Quakers, so they couldn't murk anyone because of their Quaker beliefs. So they were nurses, though. So I always wondered about Muhammad Ali. He said he couldn't go to Vietnam because he was against war. But what about being a nurse? Just saying. Helping people, helping the soldiers. Did Muhammad Ali go to prison for that? For not going to war? I don't know. Right. Well, there was a lot to it. But what did that guy say earlier? History's written by the winners. So there you go. Right there. Proof's in the pudding. I mean, I'm no expert on the Civil War history, don't get me wrong. But, I also like Gone with the Wind. It's one of my favorite books. So, it maybe gave me some insight on that side, too. On the southern side. Muhammad Ali. Ideas, Star Wars, and political power is all it is, right? John Mayer got a good song about that, by the way. Look up Belief. Just gotta hype him up for you haters. It's an excellent book. It's an excellent book, Max. It's one of the few books I ever read where literally when I was in the middle of reading Gone with the Wind, I forgot I was reading a book. I actually thought I was in the book. I was like actually living out what I was reading. I was actually living it out in my imagination. So I mean, they don't get any better than that if you're a book reader. But it does more, Max. If you read Gone with the Wind, the book, she goes into details about some of the battles, some of the Civil War battles, and to me it seemed accurate. Because she grew up hearing those stories, so she was just retelling the stories she grew up on. Yeah, I got a bodyguard. But I mean, it's a complex thing to even think about. Is the Civil War, if you ask me. I don't feel like I should really talk much about it because I'm no expert. But it is sad that it was brother fighting brother. Is that what they say? And then if you read Lonesome Dove, they say that they became Texas Rangers or Texas Marshals because they didn't want to fight in the Civil War. They said the only way to have honor, if you want to get out of fighting the Civil War, was to go to Texas and become a ranger or a marshal. What are they called? Texas Ranger? a ranger, right? So that was a way you could get out of fighting the Civil War, was going to Texas to fight the Indians. So I guess you're still fighting someone. Thank you, Tass. War between the states, yeah. Texas Ranger. Yeah, why was I calling them marshals? Maybe a marshal was at a certain position as a ranger? I don't know. Well, they called old McCall, they called him Captain McCall. So I know they had captains. Danny's going to base her thoughts about the Civil War based on fictional books. That's legit, right? I'm just joking. Well, sometimes they say truth is stranger than fiction, so I don't know where I'm going with it. But isn't this a pretty cover? Isn't this a pretty cover for my Psalms book? Ain't that a pretty cover, y'all? You like Gone with the Wind too, Street Legal? Mark Twain? You know, I never read much of Mark Twain. Maybe I should, but look. I got so many books to read over here. I said look if I don't want to get them out. Use your imagination. Should I get out my books and show you guys? So you guys know I really have books here on deck. Okay, I'm going to get up and try to show you these books. Where's that one I showed you the other day? Start with that one. Oh no, this is a different... I pulled this out, but I get the Fasten book. Fasten by Derek Prince. I already read that one though. That's just a little... He used to write little books. I read that a long time ago. I ordered these books during Christmas time. That's when I read that one. But where was... Okay, here we go. Oops, I just dropped something. Taz, you're funny. Okay, I got a big sack of books here. Look at this, Get Your Life Back. Get Your Life Back, the Chronic Fatigue Syndrome book. This was just published. Get Your Life Back. I haven't done any of the pages. Here's the dude. So you guys hear me talking about this dude sometimes? There's the dude. Can I show him? I don't know. My hand's all shaking. So anyways, this is hot off the presses, published 2026. I'm shaking, guys. I got the shakes. I got the Believer's Authority. Kenneth Hagin, Believer's Authority. This is that book based on Ephesians. It's a little book too. But it's hard to read for me so far. Not gonna lie. Okay, hang on, guys. Where can I put you? Oh well, I'm gonna try to multitask. I got lots of Derek Prince books. I've probably read 12 of his books, but look how small they are. It's not like that impressive. But hey. I got Snoopy on deck. Snoopy sticker book. I got my Proverbs sticker book for Proverbs. Oh, Under the Sea sticker book. Somebody, Arsalan was asking what I do for a hobby. It's this, if you're watching on the replay. Okay, got my Proverbs book. Oh, this is my index. Remember how I'm always looking for my index? That's where it is. Find It Fast in the Bible book. So I'm not really going to read that. It's just a reference, right? But I only got this for like $3.50. Can you believe it? Good deal. I'm not reading these books. I'm just showing you them. You can show books, can't you? I'm not reading any. I'm reading the Bible. But I can read that Bible book. That's not copyrighted. Or at least if it is, I can read like one. I don't know. Some of the Bibles are copyrighted just to keep it real, or keep it a stack. But you can still read so much of it that I'm safe. Trust me. You can read a portion of it and be safe. And that surprised me to find out that the Bible versions are copyrighted, but they are. But they make it so that somebody like me or somebody that just wants to read the Bible on a public platform and share it can do it. You just can't you just can't read like most of it, or like, you know what I mean? Like you get so many verses for free, and it's a lot. I looked it up so I wouldn't get in trouble, and that's actually why I usually read. Oh well, I don't want to get into it because I think I might misspeak. Yeah, there's a lot of copyrighted Bibles, 16, a lot. But like I said, there's they give you permission. So right here it says, I'll tell you what it says. I can read 25% of the Bible. This is copyrighted. This version's copyrighted. But this is just Psalms. This is just one book. If you take that, what Bible version is this? It's English Standard Version. So if you get the English Standard Version Bible, you can read 25% of it without worrying about copyright infringements. So think about that, guys. That's a lot of the Bible I can read without worrying. But see, I looked it up and it even says it here, straight from the jump. Yeah. So yeah, so English Standard Version is copyrighted, and that's what I'm reading from. But I mean, I could read all this and not get in trouble because this is less than 25% of the entire Bible. Am I a news reader? You can read King James Version. You can read all the King James Version. It's not copyrighted. But I'm not sure about New King James Version. I wanted to say something about that, but that's why I hesitated. But I'll have to look that up again. But there's like 3 Bibles that are not copyrighted. And King James Version is one of them. And then the other ones, like I said, they're copyrighted, but heck, you'd have to read a lot to worry about before you even worried about that. Or, you know, needed to get copyright permission. I think he's asking if I read like current events, like the news. Not new versus old. Is what allowed? I just said it's fine. You mean Octopus Garden? What's Octopus Garden, Ken? Is that a good book or something that you're doing for audio? It could be 16. I mean, I've heard stuff like that about the Civil War too, 16. But I just don't feel educated enough to elaborate. Just joking. I didn't even see your joke. Is it a joke that could get you banned, James? Is that why you're saying just joking? It's a song by the Beatles? Are you... Ringo Starr? Hey, do you ever hear they asked John Lennon, do you think Ringo Starr should be the drummer for the Beatles? Do you think he has enough talent to be the drummer for the Beatles? They asked they asked John Lennon if he thought Ringo had enough talent to be the drummer for the Beatles, and Ringo... Oh, let me start again. They asked John Lennon if he thought Ringo Starr was qualified to be the drummer for the Beatles. And John Lennon said, Ringo isn't even qualified to be a drummer for any band. That's kind of rude of him, huh? Kind of funny, too. But I don't personally like John Lennon because of how he did his first wife dirty. But that's neither here nor there. You don't know that quote, Street Legal? Oh, one of my books was similar? Like the cover or the title or something? Well, could you even read the titles? Or did I even tell you the titles? I mean, it wasn't a lot of books anyways. I thought there was more books in there. I do have more books around here. Look, I'll show you guys. There's more over here. You just walk around here, you run into a book. God's Medicine Bible, or Bible. God's Medicine Bottle. Derek Prince, God's Medicine Bottle. And another small one. This is one I need to read, but I didn't. Look at this one, guys. Marriage Covenant. I haven't read it. The Marriage Covenant by Derek Prince. I haven't read it. Well, you know, because Derek Prince's first wife was like 20 years older than him. So, I'm trying to figure out if he can help me with being with the younger dude. And I got more books under the couch here. So when people give me book requests, I don't mean to be rude, but I got my summer reading, my winter reading, my fall reading. I got all of it already here. Oh man, guys, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, guys. I'm in a lot of pain. I might end the stream soon because I just kind of, pain's catching up to me. Yes, I'm in an RV. I live in an RV. And I'm homebound. So that's why you always see me here because I don't really get out. It's been 2 months. It's been 2 months since, except for my two I went 40 miles, or no, 40 miles? No, 23 miles. I went 23 miles, 46 miles round trip. I was thinking of the round trip. I'm pretty sure. I went 23 miles to the vet twice in 2 months. And that's the only times I've been outside the home in the last 2 months. Yeah, I'm too sick to make it out. When I go places, I get so sick, people ask me if they should call 911. I know I look fine and dandy here, but, you know, I give you guys my best time. I really do. I dedicate my best time to this channel. You guys get the majority of my energy, to be honest. So, I know it's hard to understand, maybe, from the outside looking in, but, you know, yeah. Thank you, Street Legal. Oh wait, did I finish reading that verse? Well, I guess I did. Some soup? Where am I going to get soup? I don't get no soup on deck. Thank you, Google Chrome. Eat soup. Well, my health is getting better. I mean, I feel like I'm not getting as sick as I was getting. I mean, after I eat. After I eat, I don't get as sick as I used to get, and I am eating like I'm eating healthy as I can eat. I won't lie. I say I haven't had a couple ice creams, but hey, it just tastes so good. Tea. Am I cooking? I haven't figured out dinner yet. That is something I should get on and figure out about, Joan. So, That's why I was just sitting here and not doing dishes, guys. I still have my dishes to do and dinner plans to make. But I didn't feel well enough to do the stream and do my chores at the same time. So I probably do need to hop off of here. Well, I try to, Joan. My husband was cooking for me every day for a while, and then he got tired of it, and he said I needed to pitch in more. So, you know, but I don't blame him because he's working hard, long hours. I mean, he's sleeping a lot. He comes home now and he just goes to bed. He's just worn out at this point. What do I have here? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to think it through, to be honest. Kevin didn't show up yet? Yeah, I'm waiting for my tip, guys. Where's my big tipper, Kevin? Shout out to Kevin. Sometimes I forget to thank him for his tips, but I do appreciate him. And you know, I understand his value of his money is different than here. So he's really, he's given me a lot of money for his currency, you know. So I appreciate it. Yeah, this is my home. We don't have a house. We never bought a house. We've looked into buying houses, but they're so expensive, guys. And then just to keep it real, you know, with our relationship hasn't been stable enough to make it that type of move. You know what I mean? To invest in a home. Oh, 16. I don't know how much money he has. He keeps his finances secret to me. And that's one of the things I don't like about this setup we have between us. His finances are totally secret. He never put me on his bank account. I haven't seen a statement for 2.5 years. This last time I knew how much money he had in the bank. RVs aren't perfect either. You have to empty the sewer. It's not a fun chore. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Joan, that's the thing. He keeps his phone on lock. I don't have access to his phone. So because he did that after a long time, I ended up putting my phone on lock, like a tit for tat thing. But he had Facebook girls he was hitting up that are much younger than me and much hotter than me. And he still follows them. He's been following them for years, these hot chicks, and I don't know, I'm probably saying more than I should, but it hurts me. You know. And then he blames me, he won't take accountability for anything. Everything's my fault. So, if he won't take accountability, he doesn't want to change. No, they're his age, 16. But I don't know, they like speak Spanish and stuff, so maybe they're in Mexico trying to get green card. I don't know. I just thought of that right now. I never thought that, to be honest. But you know, they got the Kim Kardashian bodies. You know, they got the snatched waist and the big asses, and that's what he's into. So and he hits them up. He hits them up, and then they tell him to give him his credit card. They say, I need your credit card information. But he still hits them up. He doesn't give up. And, well. So what happened was a few months ago when he got one of his new phones. He's even got a new phone after this one, I think. He didn't know about how to lock out the screen or something, and I saw his alerts, so I went to his alerts for Facebook and I got into it, And it said he had the loyalty badge for 3 years straight. 3 years straight loyalty badge for like 10, 12 of these women. He's been following them like that. And it breaks my heart, to be honest. So, but anyways, it is what it is. I mean, if I tell him anything about it, he'll say it's my fault. So, is Joan putting her 2 cents in? Joan going to be my therapist? Yeah, well. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I already said too much, guys. I don't know how I get opened up like this, but I did. Something reminded me of it. But you know how I am. I open up here and there. So, I just never opened up about this particular stuff. my I can't scroll up. Just so you guys know, I cannot scroll up on the comments. I was going to go back and read all your comments, but I can't. I'm scrolling up and down in the comments. They're coming in, but I can't go up and see what you guys are doing. Where's my husband? He's at work right now. I have my own account. Guys, I've had my account so long. I opened up my bank account back when I was an undergrad in college. I've had my account with my bank forever and a day. Yeah, that's right. Shh. JW, you weren't supposed to tell him about those ones. Okay, Joan, that's solid advice. Shush. Yeah, shush. Shush on the S. Do you guys ever dream that you're in my stream? The other day, I think I dreamed that I was with you guys, like streaming, but not streaming. It was really odd, like in some type of parallel universe where I was with you guys, but I wasn't streaming. But it was like something was going on. I just remember you all were in there in my dream. Right, Taz? I don't know what that means, J-Dub. What's a finance bro? I mean, does that mean you know how to like make investments? I've always been scared to make investments, so I never did. And I've tried to get Herman to like put money into like a retirement fund or something, and he won't. So, you know, just trying to look out for his future. Because who knows if he can trust Social Security. Oh, really? Well, that's pretty cool. Is that from, that's from, you could buy that when you work there? I used to buy CDs and turn them around, do quick turnarounds to make $50 or so. I used to buy them like 1,000 or 2,000 back when interest rates were high, back in the good old days when I was pretty young. But I never kept them. It was just a quick turnover for me, just to make some coin. What? Are you serious? See, that's why I don't see J-Dub, because I could be wrong on this. I understand I probably don't have the best mindset for this, but it's still, I'm just being honest, this is the type of time I'm running on, if you know what I'm saying. But because my grandpa was a gambler and lost all his money, and I do believe that the stock market is like gambling for rich people. I've always felt kind of weird about making investments because, you know, what if you just lose your money? But at the same time, with inflation, you know, just saving your money in a regular standard account, it's not going to cut the mustard either. So, like, what do you do? He was a gambling scientist. He was a gambling scientist. Okay, 16, I wanted to explain something. The other day I told you it was my dad who was a scientist, not my grandpa, but I was talking about a Christian scientist. My dad was a Christian scientist, which is not a scientist at all. It's a misnomer. I don't know if you know the word misnomer, but it means you're not using a word with its original definition, or you're using the word in a way that is not the most accurate. It's a misnomer. So my dad's a Christian scientist. That's just what they named his church, Christian Science. But he's not a scientist. He don't know nothing. He didn't know nothing about science. My grandpa was the scientist, and my grandpa was my mom's dad, but her adopted dad. But he raised her. He raised her from like, I don't know, like 12 onwards. I don't know when he got with my grandma, but he pretty much raised her. Like from preteen on is my understanding. But at the same time, guys, he's, you know, he lets me buy things. It's not like I'm living in squalor. And I'm a penny pincher too, so I mean, I try not to get carried away, but you guys see what I buy. You know what's coming in here. You see the makeup or the clothes or whatever. Oh, guys, don't let me forget. I bought a stupid $15 shirt that was super pretty through Amazon, and it got lost in the mail like a week and a half ago. And they haven't refunded me for it. And I still got to get the refund on that. It was a real cute shirt, but they lost it. What's oh well. Okay. My grandpa, he worked on the Manhattan Project. It was all top secret, so I don't know anything. He couldn't share that information. I mean, I'm not even sure I'm supposed to know he worked on the Manhattan Project. I mean, my mom's never talked about it, except just one day said, by the way, he worked on the Manhattan Project, like that. But we don't. It's not something. I mean, they lived in New Mexico, so I mean, and he was a physicist, so I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, he wants me to apply for disability. He wants me to apply for disability so I can be more financially independent. But disability requires a lot of medical records typically, and I don't ever go to the doctor. What did Kanye say on live TV? How do you guys feel about Kanye West? I was surprised. I know I keep talking about him, but he's like the only content creator I've been paying attention to is that Johnny Chan. And I was surprised he dropped a short last night and was using a Kanye West Christian song. Donald Trump. Yeah, you gotta be Eastern European for Donnie, right? But his son is so tall. How did Barron get that tall? Thank you. Oh, really? That's what George Bush said? Senior or junior? Oh, I see. Oh, you know, Kevin wanted me to tell Herman that 16 nicknamed him Garfield, but he said Kevin said give Mr. G, his artist name from 1616, and I didn't know what artist name meant. Because I was like, and then he wrote another comment that said, please tell Herman his nickname is Garfield. And then he wrote, I wish she would read my comments. I feel bad I didn't tell Herman. That would have been the perfect time when Kevin was in here. But maybe another day. Oh, that's what Kanye said about George Bush after Hurricane Katrina. That's a pretty specific demographic, J-Dub. Well, Taz is Irish too. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to do an ethnicity reveal. So Joan is Irish, I'm Irish, Taz is Irish. And you probably got some Irish in you, right, J-Dub? So we can all unite based on our Irish roots. Man, I have to go to the restroom, guys. I've just been delaying it. But I think I have to really go now to the restroom. Okay, I'm going to go to the restroom. Well, I'm feeling better now. I'm actually up and moving around without pain. Oh, shoot. It's 8% on my phone, guys. I ain't going too far. That's why I'm over here. Duh. I forgot. I'm tethered to the charger. You guys teaming up against trolls? Oh, gosh. My nose? Well, they say I'm Jewish. Not very much, but maybe enough for, maybe my nose is the Jewish part of me. You know, my dad used to call my nose a ski slope, and I used to have a complex about my nose when I was growing up. Troll busters. Who you gonna call? Troll busters. There's some trolls in the neighborhood. I'm trying to do Ghostbusters, but I'm not very good at it. J-Dub would be better at it. We need to do another collab. What do they say about girls with a big nose? I have no idea. Oh gosh, this is the weirdest view. You like my natty? No. Okay, well, I got the phone on the tripod. My big fat thumb hit the button when I was trying to finagle the phone into the tripod. But guys, I gotta remember. I know I keep telling you to remind me of everything. I know you guys. I'm not really holding you to that. I'm just saying. Shoot. I gotta give this flea meds. I gotta give the flea meds. Well, they put the sticker over the cat, so you can't tell what it is. I'm trying to hide personal information, but I don't think there's really anything personal on there. I mean, it says my cat's name's Nellie. But, this is what I give them. This is what I give them. And, this is $130, guys. 135. This is not cheap. But it's the only medicine out there that does all this stuff. Hookworms, roundworms, ear mites, fleas. So we're using it for the ear mites. And it's 6 doses, so I got to give it to Nellie and Rooster. I got everyone else taken care of. No, they breathe a lot of air. Ah, that's what a girl with big nose does. Yeah, I used to say that's why my nose is big, because I'm a cheapskate. So I like all the free air. I'm trying to, oh shoot, okay. It's kind of riding sideways, but I'm just going to the restroom, so I'll be back. I guess it don't really matter. Fleas, yeah, we had a case of fleas. We had a case of fleas here. But I know a preacher who's a seer, and she commanded the fleas to leave. And after she's told the fleas they must bow to God, and all must, you know, she did a prayer about it, saying that everything must bow to God, and the God. I don't remember exact words, but after that, I didn't see a single flea in here. But I'm still using this for backup. Well, because we need it for ear mites too. Nellie has ear mites. Yeah, I brushed my teeth too. I brushed my teeth too, so that was in there. Oh, Christian. I'm still waiting for your super chat for my last snore. And you bounced. Last time I gave you a snore, you bounced. I already went over this with you. I don't. I feel like you just used me. You just went on to the next. So now you get me feeling some type of way. So you ain't gonna get a snore for a long time now. Just to keep it real. Oh shoot. Oh no, I want this out. That's right, I want to keep this out. Oh, it's time for magic dust. You know what time it is. It's time for magic dust. Y'all, I can't. Y'all remember my magic dust? With chlorophyll, no, chlorella. Chlorella, cilantro, spirulina, and turmeric, and something called fluvic acid with a trademark resin. Am I melting? I don't know. Agree him, Mike. Oh, I see little G was biting it on the side here. You probably can't see it, but little G likes to bite packages like this. So I know it was him. That's why we have it up here. I was wondering why Herman put it up here. I told him not to put it up here, but he ignored me, so that must be why. I don't want, see, that's all the pet stuff. I didn't want my stuff into the pet stuff. And plus that cupboard's so full. The stuff's like falling over now. That I don't want to have fall over. I don't know. I'm just explaining myself. I guess I don't need to. So I have the, I keep wanting to explain myself. Oh no. Is the chat going to be all about Joan, do you consider yourself a TI? Joan, do you consider yourself a targeted individual? Just wondering. I can't go anywhere. I'm on this stream. But I'm probably going to end it soon. I'm probably going to end this stream soon, but I ain't going to go check out that stuff. I'm gonna shoot, you know, guys, I still gotta do things. Darn it, guys, I'm still spacing off. You guys, I better go because I need to really focus on whipping out these dishes and getting something done for dinner, guys. I keep but I love you all, and thanks for kicking it with me. But I really need a balance. Okay, sorry, but it is what it is. All right, I love you, Taz. I love you, J-Dub. I love you, Joan. I love you, Christian, with the love of Jesus. I don't see any other regular names here for a hot minute, so I'm going to just leave it at that. Thanks. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to Taz and shout out to J-Dub. Thank you. Thank you for the support, guys. Thank you for the support, J-Dub. Thanks for the support, Taz. Yeah. Okay. I'm out of here before I start on my another round. All right. Love y'all. Bye. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for, oh, yeah, love you, 16. Oh, no, I really got to, okay, real quick. I have to end on Christ. I have to end on Christ, that's right. And on the Bible. I was going to read this one, but it's just a flower. How do you read a flower? J-Dub, he did this for an hour yesterday. 16 had me praying for everybody, and okay. Psalm 63:1. Oh God, you are my God. Earnestly I seek you. Psalm 63:1. Okay. Create in me a clean heart. Psalm 51:10. And God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46:1. Okay, there's your 3 verses to send you to bed with, 16. Love ya, 16. Love ya, everyone. Bye.